My daughter had called to me until I finally heard her. I felt so sick. I'd never felt anything like that before. So, as the days and weeks passed, I started using my black magic book and going around the house using my tarot cards and crystals, like the book had said, and trying to reach out to her. It was the first time that I started seeing more ghosts in the house than I'd ever seen before, but none of them was a little girl. So then my daughter and I decided, we talked it over. It was time to tell my wife what had been going on with the house. She was not happy. I didn't bring up the black magic book. I didn't want to worry her too much. She looked in disbelief at my daughter, not knowing that she had seen the little girl for so long. How could she have not known about this? And it was my wife's turn. My daughter and I took off and went shopping. And my wife, was at home, decided to take a shower. And as she was, she heard what sounded like laughter. Laughter of a little girl. She called out to her, but she didn't answer. She started feeling uneasy and heard laughter again. Then she hurried up her shower and got out. She explained to us, as soon as we had arrived, what had happened about the shower and the little girl's voice that she had heard. So later that night, my daughter and I had decided, when my wife went over to go see her mother, that she would stay there with me. We went to each one of our rooms, calling out to the ghost, saying, if you're here, give us a sign. Tell it. Show us. Move something. Break something. Do something to give us the sign so that we know that you are still here in the house. We said, your time limit is at midnight. By midnight, we want some form of sign from you, from the little girl ghost. Well, my wife had came home later, and my daughter and I and my wife had all gone to sleep for the evening. We saw nothing. We heard nothing as we slept. The next morning, I woke up, started looking around the house, as did my daughter. My wife got up and went to work, but we saw nothing, no signs at all. Later that afternoon, we were driving off to meet my wife for lunch. We had her on the speakerphone as I was driving over, and she looked down at her watch. She said, oh my goodness, what time is it right now? I said, it's 11:27. She said, you know, my watch, it says 12 o'clock. My daughter heard this, as did I. We said, what? My wife said, yes. It seemed as if my watch had stopped working, probably last night, at midnight. It stopped at 12 o'clock. We were talking about it at lunch with my wife. And I said, no, they never found her body. She said, never? And then all of a sudden it hit me. It hit me as a weird part. Now, some time ago, when we had moved into the house, we had lots of boxes, and we had to rent storage spaces for all the boxes. So I decided out in the garage I would build a loft so that we could store things up there in the garage. and not pay for storage anymore. The thing that I noticed when I was putting the loft in was I saw what looked like an opening in the wall. From down below, I couldn't see it. But when I was up putting the floors in, then for the first time, I saw what looked like an opening. But yet, from the floor, I couldn't see it. I brought this up to my wife, and she said, oh no, you're not going up there and start putting holes in the wall. Our landlord doesn't even know we have a loft. And now you want to go up there and start digging up there, looking for some little girl? Do you think her dead body's up there? Oh no, this isn't happening. So I dropped the subject, and I never went up there, nor did I open up what I assumed was a door. And now it's close to the holidays, and I'm out in the garage, getting ready. I'm waiting for my daughter to get ready so that we could go shopping. I hear some noises coming from up top on the lot. I look up and I see some boxes close to the edge. Then I go, how did those get there? I called out to my daughter, how much longer until you're ready? But I heard nothing. So I grabbed the ladder, took the ladder and leaned it up against the opening of the loft where the boxes were at the opening. I started climbing up the ladder, and as I did, all of a sudden, I saw what looked like a little girl looking down. Her eyes wide open, and they looked full of rage. And I heard laughter. And just as I was ready to grab the box and move it, I heard the ladder go zoop, and down I was falling. Down, falling to the concrete down below, where I broke my arm in two. I had forgot about seeing her until now. So now, as I get up off the couch and I walk down the dark hallway to her bedroom where my wife is sleeping, I go over to her side and I go up to tell her. I know what she's capable of now. If we don't leave this house, her house, she's going to kill us. She's going to kill us all if we don't leave her house.